And we're live.
What's good, people? It's your boy, Icarus Gray.
Wow. And it's your homeboy, Woodwind TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all. All right, so you ready for our main event?
Oh, yeah. It's time to get it cracking.
Our No Rhyme or Review.
No. My bad. Oh, sorry. You ready? No Rhyme or?
No, I'm not doing this. Of Andre 3000's New Blue Sun, which is an all flute album mixed in according with a live band of instrumentalists. It is all of the songs on the. Thank you. 8 songs. They're like 11, 12 minutes a pop. They're just really long tracks of kind of ambient, free-form, instrumental music. I think the first thing I want to do is talk about the track list. I'll do the first one. I swear I really wanted to make a rap album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me this time. How you feeling about that?
I dig it. I just dig it because it's honesty and it's so telling. Like when you kind of listen, like the first track, like you feel there's an anticipation or even like a setting for bars. But then it just kind of lulls you, brings you down. It's like, hey, I wanted this to be a rap album, but I really tried. Just calm down.
Yeah. You want to read the second one?
The slang word it rolls off the tongue with far better ease than the proper word vagina. Do you agree?
Number 3. That night in Hawaii when I turned into a panther and started making these low register purring noises that I couldn't control. Shit was wild. 3000.
Bipolar disorders daughter wears a 3000 button down embroidered. That's a bar. He was writing bars to some of these songs, bro.
Had to. 93 Till Infinity and Beyonce.
I love this one. Gandhi, Dalai Lama, Your Lord and Savior, JC. Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy.
That is a bar. He was writing bars to this. I think he pulled all the bars out.
Mm-hmm.
Ants to You, Gods to Who.
And then finally, dreams once buried beneath the dungeon floor slowly sprout into undying. What?
Gardens.
What is the Botafashita?
That's somebody's name. So
into undying gardens. I was like, that is a strange. It's an undying Botafashita gardens.
So speaking of number 8, that's where we can pick up in this GQ interview and take a listen to how Andre feels about this final song.
The last song. Dreams once buried beneath the dungeon floor slowly sprout into undying gardens.
Yeah, that song, which is the last song on the album, just for information, that is actually the first song that we recorded as a group. We're creeping along and filling it out, and it just felt like this enchanted kind of garden at first. And so the title is kind of referencing that enchanted garden thing, but it's also like, I wanted to kind of like go back to the very beginning. So I wanted to like pinpoint the dungeon where I'm from, you know, with myself, Outkast, Goody Mob, Organized Noise. And we started in Rico Wade's basement, and it was dirt. Like it wasn't a floor. It was actually a crawl space where the music equipment was. And I just felt like there was a continuation. Like I always wanted to it's not a separate thing. It's a continuation from where we started, you know? So everything kind of goes back to the dungeon. When you look back at it, yeah, we were kids and, you know, we were different in high school, but even, you know, choosing the name Outkast, it was like, okay, you just don't fit in really. And I've really felt that way, even outside of music, just kind of in my life. Like I don't really feel like I belong to any sect. I don't feel like I belong to the young rap crew. I don't feel like I belong to the aged adults. Yeah, I've just never.
So I think this project makes sense
Yeah.
because of that.
But Andre has basically told us he wasn't going to give us a rap album since Love Below.
In some ways, yeah. I think he still has it. I think he just hasn't. Once he finds it, it's going to be a surprise to us.
Yeah. I also think about the setup for what the game was in the 90s and sort of the only problem I have with hip hop, and it's growing out of it, but it didn't grow out of it fast enough for Andre to do this album. We've yet to really create the space for our legacy acts. And now we're starting to, but it's been too long to where he just doesn't feel that. He talks about this often of just not feeling that energy or not feeling like he has a spot.
Yeah, I'm scared that we aren't making space for our legacy acts. And the reason why I'm scared to say that, because I feel like Andre's experience is the real way to paint the metaphor that Drake is doing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if Drake is like trying to appease the young folks and speak to them, he's doing exactly what Andre is alluding to. He's saying that I really can't speak to those folks, and hip hop is a young sport, and all these other kind of cliche ways to say that you can't grow old in hip hop, which is absolute BS, because there's still hip hop fans that grew up with hip hop. We just don't feel like we're gonna sell any albums or we're gonna be successful. But there's still people that you're reaching out to and that you're connecting with.
What's funny about this album, though, is it gives me an appreciation more for Nas. Like,
say that,
because we talking about this old, like, you 50 and you dropped like amazing bars, like kept it relevant but stayed yourself.
But I think Nas is all in a different space. I don't think Nas's creativity is as spread in such wide places as Andre's is.
True.
Andre's a visual artist. He's a musician of multiple different instruments. He's a fashion designer, like
Actor.
Yeah. So he has a lot of, and he's a proud dad. And I think that doesn't take away from Nas's pluralism. It just says that Nas, when it comes to creativity, the juices might be flowing more so in the realm of music than it is in other places. What did you feel about the production?
I felt it was good. When we listened to Basquiat's experimental album, I caught no themes of anything. It just confused the hell out of me.
It's very freeform.
This, while freeform, still had a structure that you can listen to. And you start, like, you just feel relaxed.
I think this album is utilitarian, whereas Basquiat's album was not to be used as any tool.
Yeah.
It was to be observed, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
But this album, like I said at the top of the show, I sat down and I got a lot of work done. Any favorites on this one? We won't have to play them, but
the first track, which is not the title track, and 99 to Infinity, the one with Beyonce.
Okay.
Well, not with Beyonce, but Beyonce in the title.
For me, it's a little difficult because I didn't extract any favorites out of this.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a situation where something stood out a little bit more than the other thing. Because, like I said, they all blended together. So I don't really have one. What's our rating?
I give it 5 out of 5 satyrs.
I'm gonna also give this 5 out of 5 Pied Pipers.
Or let's lure some more people to listen to this album and this podcast. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for joining us for our review.
Please join us on the Patreon.
Yeah. In our patreon.com/nror podcast. It is $5.
And you can watch the whole full episode of the video podcast.
And a 1 and a 2 and
Peace.
Peace.
What fingers you use? Did you flip us off?
I think I did.